Hey howdy, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath our villa found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. I'm coming to you today with a stack of records. Went to pick up my taxes. How do people figure out their own taxes? I don't know. I've never done. Manic Mark's brain does not work good en masse, so I take this stack of stuff in, and the poor girl, it's the second year now for this local girl, this woman, and I didn't even bother to rip open all the envelopes for the documents, you know. So there she's ripping them open, and she gets through about 3 of them, and then she pushes the stack over to me. She's like, "Can you help me?" I felt so embarrassed. I did take time trying to get everything together, but I just, if I rip them open and maybe they'll be, separated, I mean, anything can happen, so I didn't anyway. But then it's like, "You got any questions?" And I had a few questions. It just looked at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, I don't know how you do this magic, so I'm going to ask you questions that you, like, oh, Schedule C. Like, everybody knows what a Schedule C is, so I still have to do that? Yeah. But there's almost nothing coming in anymore. No income coming in. Why do I got to do that? I don't know. So I did it, and I figured everything out and got it. There you go. So we're taking care again for another year. If there are any more stories that come to my head of this, I'll show you. I was like, "Hey, show us the thing." That's right. And I went back and it healed up, and then it's like kind of puffy again. But there was no cancer. That's good. That's good. I said, "Oh, well, it may come back again," because, they smashed it up pretty good in the ER room. The Mutt and Jeff surgical team in the ER room smashed it pretty good. And we might have missed a cell, so it should come back. So if it comes back, though, come back. Just call me and come in. We'll get the whole thing next time. Hope that doesn't happen. But when you get up in the morning, it kind of like during the day, a day's worth of activity kind of puffs the thing up a little bit. This is so exciting, talking about this stuff. Get to the record. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Surely I've got another story. So there are 3 records in here. Half price, what did I say? That full price, half price, super full price, high price books. They just had some things. They just, on the way back. So the point of this whole story is, I had to drive all the way out and pick up the taxes and come back, and I thought, it's kind of warm. Not now. The temperature just plummeted. It's supposed to snow. Maybe, well, no, they're saying farther south now. We're not going to get that snow they thought we were going to get here. So I'll stop at the record store, then a thrift shop, charity thrift, and the real record store. The new one that I just opened, and every time I talk about that, I was like, oh, well, they really don't seem to understand. For the record, the store's set up great, okay, more or less. So how do you like your record store set up? I like it when everything's not alphabetized, which this store does, and I know it's common practice. So you have Ellis Fitzgerald, so it's her stuff, and then F's, like one-offs, or George Shearing, or big names, Count Basie. And you got to look through everything, okay? And I don't know about you, but I don't go to a record store with a title in my head. I'm just looking to find whatever I don't have, that might be interesting. Like a interesting cover or something like that. So most of it I don't even have any idea it exists until I see it in the bin. So looking by title does me no good. It just causes me to have to look through everything, which takes more time, right? So I rather look through it by category, like exotic or something like that, or oddball. And then they got some of the stuff we can't even give this away. Put that back in the room with the dollar. Now they have $1, like $1. They're just going to have to throw all that out. So the whole store has been, seems like, way picked over. And apparently heavy metal makes a lot of money, and so they've got a lot of that. They've just expanded. And a new big, large, just new So it's just there, but there's so much that is just common stuff. So the whole store's just filled up with stuff that I'm not very interested in. So I thought about taking in more stuff that they can't sell so I can get store credit to buy what? Nothing, because there's not a lot there that interests me. Oh, especially classical music. You know, if you don't understand the different types of classical music, like American contemporary, you're just going to put that in classical music as a title, and I refuse to look through all the classical music, which keeps shrinking, of course, because not very many people want classical music. And jazz has this whole row of jazz has everything jammed in it, right? And then they've got these places where you have to kneel down, and the bins are really hard. I don't even go all the way to the back. And I'm pretty patient, and you know, have a lot of stick-to-itiveness, and I usually go through everything. But I don't. I didn't today, anyway. Went to the gym and I'm starting to do yoga out in the middle of the room during the day in the carpeted area. Of course, I try to get there when there's not that many people there, so it's quiet, and I just get everything done. So I'm doing the yoga for at least 45 minutes a day in the middle of the room. So, doing crows and side crows pretty good right now. That'll be the next thing, is the surgery in the shoulders. I haven't done anything. I'm getting premature on the update on that. So I go over and talk to the neighbor, and I can barely get a word in edgewise for all my, you know, this and that. And he notices the face. What's up with your face? So I start to tell him the story. He cuts me off. He goes, well, I've got a thing, you know, my back, my knee, and my sinuses, like 3 Z-packs. And that sounds pretty good. Young kid. Young, well, 3 children. Not young anymore. When I moved in, he was young. They cut him open back here, 15 stitches, and there was cancer, and they had to dig a bunch of stuff out. Everything's just falling apart. Now go to the records. Okay. Enough blabbing. Oh, hopefully I'll come up with another story before I'm done with this. The Four Freshmen. Oh my God, you bought a Four Freshmen album. Well, I have 2, 3 of them, and I'm not like real big on vocal groups like this, but in this case it's Pete Rugolo, trombone, choir, conductor by, so it's Rugolo, you know, pop, space age pop guy, good Stan Kenton, you know, and all that. So, and I've got another Freshman album. There's something about their vocals. It's not quite as refined. It's not really smooth. There's some interesting qualities to their voices. So that looked like it was an interesting album to listen to. So I bought it. This is $1, all from the $1 bin. Little Anthony and the Imperial is going out of my head. Right? $1 bin. Swing and Sing and Randy Van Horn. Swing choir. Well, if it's a choir and they're swinging, I'll give it a shot. Oh, My Blue Heaven. Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. I don't know. I think I already may have that one, but I know I've got this one, but I don't know. I couldn't remember if I've got it in full dimensional stereo. It's a pretty good record, as I remember. And this is not a bad cover. There's some water damage on it. The record's really dirty, but I think it may clean up. Anyway, I picked it up. Latin Zither, Ruth Welcome. It's a Ruth Welcome record I do not have. And I have many of them. There's a photograph for the back, Ruth. Zither, space age zither player. This came from the charity shop. Singing About a Better Land, George Walker in the gospel mellow tones. It's on the Queen City album. That would be out of Cincinnati. The group is from Dayton, Ohio. There's a photograph of them. Right there. Looks like it could be a winner. Also from the charity shop. From the Zayers department store, that long defunct Zayers department store in Cincinnati, it's Songs of Hawaii, the Honolulu Guitars. Quite a nice back cover on this one. Budget. Apple. Melodies That Linger On. I put that record away about 30 minutes ago, but I still have that melody in my head. Carl Weston, saxophone solos with organ accompaniment. That's why I bought it. You got to be kidding me. What could that sound like? Well, we'll find out. Or I'll find out. Probably won't sample anything from it. Profile in music, Vladimir with a W. Selinsky conducts his own musical scores from television productions. Well, it's Golden Tone, budget. It's not a very stellar title, but it's a very interesting cover. It's just basically they poured some oil or food coloring water on a piece of glass, and they put these command percussion dots all over it. Charles E. Murphy, art director, command percussion dots, and made it interesting cover. So I picked it up. At the record store, it's really nice, but anyway, 1974 for $1, I think. It is well, it's obviously a private press lounge, but I think it's country, so I'm like, country band. But anyway, there you go. Really budgety cover of Long Time Coming. Autographed by Jimmy Bowers. Good old Jimmy and Dale Bailey right there. Jimmy and Dale, 1974. Jim Dandy. Let's see. Is that the Black Hook Arkansas song, Jim Dandy, to the rescue? Honky Tonk Angel, Midnight Rider. I don't know. Okay, back to the record store. This was like $4, $4 or $5. I hate paying that much for local gospel, but it was a great photograph on the back cover of the Gospel Travelers with all their instruments. It's local, right? They're out of Waynesville. It's a Jewel, Cincinnati, Ohio. That might be good. I've got this one, but I picked it up again. Why? Because it was $1. Nice cover. Might be cleaner than the one I have. Might be a different color than the one I have. I don't know. Henry Renee, It's Love Again. I don't think I have this in Mundo Ross on Phase 4. Strings Latino. I don't think I have it. I think I might have this one, but again for $1 I picked up to make sure. Merrill at Midnight, Helen Merrill with the orchestra of Hal Mooney, vocalist. I got this one, but I picked up again. Why? Just in case of something. More often than not, when I say I have it and I picked it up again, there's something like, oh, it's a stereo copy. Or the other day there was a Tops album I had that the logo, in the middle, they ran the cover again and put a different logo on it. It was so exciting. I was so excited. This one I've got, but I don't think I have the stereo copy of Satin Affair by the George Shearing Quartet. Right? Nice. And in the dollar bin, half price, full price, super high price books. Don't think I have it, but I'm not sure. 1955, going all the way back to 1955. It's Mambo Mania, Perez Prado and his orchestra. They feature that one. Don't have this one. Stanley Black, Moonlight Cocktail. Somebody put a little paste-on sticker with the number 5 right in the middle of that glowing olive in the martini glass. It's a nice cover. I think that'll probably come off, that number 5 sticker. It's Vic Damone with almost a fully split, well, at least the bottom, split seams. Vic Damone. It's an interesting photograph of Vic on the cover, so I picked it up. Interesting, just a nice photograph. Neil Hefti and his orchestra singing instrumentals. I don't know what that means, but there's Neil sitting on some cool space age styled chairs. They're not styled, they are space age chairs. That's right. No date. Got this one, but I picked it up again just in case. Why? Maybe this is a better copy. The Art of Art Tatum, some reissues, piano solos, from 1950 to mid-50s, 54, 56, and 54, and 53, and 56. Anyway, when was it released? I don't remember. Anyway, this is a nice cover. It's Nancy Wilson, Hollywood, My Way. Stereo action, you may or may not have. It's Dick Shorey. It's going to be percussion. Running Wild. Pretty exciting. May feature something from that. Okay, Spankin' Brand New. It's Spanky Wilson. Who's that? What? You don't know who Spanky Wilson is? No, it's like the daughter of the kid from Our Gang Comedies. I don't know. The big chubby kid, you know. What was his name? Spanky. That's right. McFarlane. Probably not. I promised myself I wouldn't even say that. It's just so silly. I don't know who it is. This is a very clean cover because I tore the shrink off already. It's a Crown record. It's Happy Organ Time, Chris Christensen. This is an interesting cover. A photograph from 1983. Pretty modern for an album. Tony Mantola. Yeah, but Project 3, it's a flimsy single, you know, just, they spent no money on it whatsoever. 1983. I don't know if it's a reissue or it's brand new set for him, but look, I think it probably is. Never mind. I've got this one, but I picked it up again just because it seemed to remember being a good album. So I picked it up just in case. I know I'll probably rescan it because the scan I probably got posted in the blog old and probably not very good. It's a K-Star on Capitol, the Star line. All-Star Hits, just a nice photograph. With, on the back cover, color images of other Capitol records that were for sale at that time. A Sandy Nelson album, The Dollar Bin, Walk and Beat. And also in The Dollar Bin, it's a Julie London album. She sings soft and sweet. Of course, that's the way she would do it. Soft and sweet. She's older on this cover, kind of like from her, at least from her ER. You know, she was in the television series, Emergency Room. So I don't know what the date is on this, but at least a photograph of her. This is when she's got a few years on her. First place, J.J. Johnson. The girl behind the counter at half price, full price, super half price book said, "Oh, that's a hard one to find. Isn't that the dollar bin?" I said that right? I don't know. That's what I said. I said, "Really?" And she didn't say anything more. Anyway, apparently it was Jazz Polls, the most consistent first place winner in Jazz Polls. They don't go into any specifics. And I picked up another copy of this. It seemed to me like I didn't have a cover that was this nice. People ripped it in the bin. The seams ripped. You know it's a new rip. It's the Jackie Gleason ooh. All the songs are full of oohs. Women, you know, and men doing oohs and ahs. Henry Mancini record redoing of recorded. I think 1970. Did he do the Patton theme? No, he didn't. He's just covering. These aren't. He didn't write these. Henry Mancini doing the Patton theme. That should be interesting. Music for the Quiet Hour. I think I've had this one too, but I picked it up just in case. Jan August. It's a pretty clean cover, so I picked it up just in case I needed to rescan it. Also, local. a local record. I hate children singing in a choir. It's just hard. You cannot understand a word. They've got just, it's a monochromatic tone the kids have that just, you can't. But anyway, I picked it up because it's local. It's a right record, and it's kind of a strange cover. It makes the kids look like giant. They're like midget kids. Like, with the giant, well, we got to leave room for the title. The action singers sing. Why do they sing? Well, because they're singers. Another Command record of Doc Severinsen and Friends. I couldn't remember if I had this one or not. And last but not least, $5 from the Real Record Store. I bought it because it's got Cosmic and Spacemen in the title. It's the Cosmic Scene, Duke Ellington Spacemen. You think they could have come up with a better cover for this? You know, it's a great title, but it's just Duke behind a piano. He's a great guy, but you should have been wearing one of those bubbly space helmets with the antenna to really make this, to sell this record based on the title they gave it. And on the back it says, why? Something like, why the spacemen, this and that. And it's like, well, maybe because there's satellites going around. So it's just like, well, we just got to name it something like, because there's a satellite up there now. And everybody's thinking about it. And so anyway, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be spacey or not, or it was just named after a cosmic spacey thing. I don't know. Anyway. You have to turn this off now, I think, because I really don't have. Oh, this is not a rip-roaring story to close this thing out on, but an online friend of mine said, "Hey, go buy one of those air fryers." And I go, "What? How many of you out there, you know, have all these great suggestions for people, but as you get older, you realize that any advice you've ever given to anybody, nobody's paid the slightest bit of attention to." And years ago, I really kind of stopped giving advice because I realized that people want you to kind of back up what if they have a problem, they just want sympathy. They don't want any solutions. And who am I to give solutions? Come on, really. Look at this. Oh, jeez. I don't have any answers. So it was like, oh, no, I got, you know, another kitchen thing. I've got a whole shelf full of dead kitchen things like the bread maker, and I used it a little bit, and then, you know, the juicer, I got rid of that on eBay. Oh, there's no value in juicers anymore at all. And we got a deep fryer. That's probably just going to go out to the junk, to the trash. And another one upstairs was, it's pretty good, but I don't know why we didn't use it that much. It's a little pressure cooker, which just really did a great job on chicken and stuff like that. For some reason, I never. So we didn't throw that out. And there's something else, another crock pot. I don't even know why. But 2 crock pots. I use that a lot in the winter making soup, but this is $50. I thought, you know, a lot of good reviews, and it's an air fryer. It's just got a little drawer in it. It's about the size of 2 or 3 bowling balls put together. And it's got a drawer you pull out, and then it's got a pan in a pan, like the pan that's in the pan has got holes in it, and then there's a pan just to catch the drippings. And you put stuff in it. You know, I could put a piece of fish in it, and then a couple of chicken breasts. And the thing is just like an oven. It cooks with super hot air. And so far, the 2 things I tried worked out really nicely, and then there's no mess. Unlike using your stove, it doesn't heat up the whole kitchen. It's just, you hardly even know it's on. I mean, maybe it's just making the stuff look like it's been cooked and it's not cooked at all. Maybe just mapping the surface of the food so that it looks like it's cooked. Maybe it's a printer. It's printing on the surface. Anyway, never mind. Don't go. Really, just the money it must save, even like from the oven especially, because it seems to take no time. There's no mess, and the food so far, even though I've just sort of guessed at the cooking time and kind of made things up because I've just really not preparing the recipes in the book they give you, which the recipes are so simple, which is really nice because like That's, if anything complicated, I don't like it, except for my life. I don't like that either. Most of it, oh, don't even say that. You have to be positive at the end of your video, right? I hope this doesn't come back again. That's all I got to say. Let's go on to this musical sample. How about that? That's right.
Uy, negra, pero qué rica. Acá la cachimba.